Chapter 9.1 Solving Quadratics by Graphing and Factoring. Example number 3. Solving a quadratic equation, no real solution. The first part is to solve it by graphing and the second one is by factoring. Solve negative x squared equals 4x plus 5 by graphing. The first step is to find the vertex by using this formula. But we need this equation into one side. To make this equation into one side, we can do either subtract 4x and 5 and bring it to the other side, or we can add this x squared to the other side and then we can make it into one equation. So what we're going to do here we are going to add x squared on both sides. So the equation is negative x squared equals 4x plus 5. You're going to add x squared on both sides. So your equation is going to look like x squared plus 4x plus 5 equals 0. So this side becomes 0 and this side is x squared plus 4x plus 5. Now we're going to recognize what is a, b, and c. So a is 1, b is 4, and c is 5. To find the vertex, first of all, we are going to use the formula x equals negative b over 2a to find the x value. And then we are going to use this x value to find y. So this x value is negative 4 over 2, that is negative 2. So axis of symmetry or x value is negative 2. You're going to use this x value negative 2, plug it in here to find y. So to find y, you use this equation and plug the x value to find y value, and that's going to be 4 minus 8 plus 5, and that's negative 4 plus 5 is 1. So the y value is 1. It means that your vertex is going to be negative 2 comma 1. So if you find the vertex negative 2 comma 1, that is this point right here. So we have to find where the graph is going to cross x-axis. In order to see that, we need to first of all graph the quadratic equation or function, and that is y equals x squared plus 4x plus 5. This is my vertex, and I'm going to use the same pattern, that is 1 1, 2 4, and 3 9. I'm also going to use the y-intercept, that is 0 comma c, and I have c as 5, so 0 comma 5, that is 1 2 3 4 5, this point. So this is the y-intercept. From the vertex, I'm going to use this pattern, over 1 up 1. So my next point is this one, and I'm going to use the second pattern, that is over 2 up 4, that is this point. We already found this point by using the y-intercept, but we can also use the pattern 2 over 2 up 4, over 1 up 1. So the next point is this one. All you can do is mirror this point onto the other side of the center, and that is going to be this point. Graph by connecting the point. And if you notice now, this graph is not crossing x-axis at all. It means there is going to be no x-intercept. So how many x-intercept we have here is 0. So no x-intercepts because it is not crossing x-axis at any point. Now we're going to discuss is B, that is we are going to make this into one equation. So we're going to add x squared on both sides. So when we add x squared on both sides, I got the equation as x squared plus 4x plus 5 equals 0. On the bottom, I would have is the center term, that is 4. On the top, the C or the product is going to be 5. Now I'm going to look for two numbers. When they are multiplied, they get 5, and when we add them, we get 4. So what are those numbers that we multiply to get 5 and add to get 4? The factors of 5 are 1 times 5 and 5 times 1. Those are the only two factors I have for 5. And neither of them, when I add them, give me 4. So if I choose here 1 and 5, 1 times 5 is 5, but 1 plus 5 is not 4, so this is not gonna work. If I choose the other factor for 5, so 5 and 1, same thing, I can multiply to 5, but I cannot add to 4. So I'm going to erase 5 and 1, and we notice that there is no pair of number that goes here that multiplies to get 5 and add to get 4. So we could not find any factors. So we could not find any factor for this equation, and we call that this equation is not factorizable, and we do not have any factor or x values. So it means that this type of equation has no real solution. Next is the you try problem, solving a quadratic equation, and that's going to be a mixed problem where you get two solutions or one solution or no solution. And we're going to use a factoring for solving these 7, 8, and 9 problems. So the number 7, first of all, we're going to make it into one equation. So you're going to subtract 3x on both sides. So 3x on both sides and add 3. So the equation is going to look like x squared minus 3x plus 3 equals 0. Now you're going to solve it and use the factoring, use the cross method. So when you make a cross, on the top of the cross, you're going to see this number, that is 3, and that's going to be 3. On the bottom, you're going to put the center term, that is negative 3. And you're looking for two numbers. When you add them, you get negative 3, and when you multiply them, you get 3. So the factors for 3 are 3 times 1 and 1 times 3. Those are the only two factors for 3. You can see that neither one of them, when you add or subtract, gives me negative 3. Although when I multiply them, it gives me 3, but when I add or subtract, I do not get -3. Neither one of the factor is going to work. It means we cannot factor. So we cannot factor this equation. So it means that you're going to get no solution. So there is no solution for this problem. Next is number 8, when we're going to add 6 on both sides. So the equation becomes x squared plus 7x plus 6 equals 0. And then you're going to make a cross. On the top of the cross is number 6, that is this number. On the bottom is 7. You're looking for two numbers. When you multiply, you get 6. And when you add, you get 7. So 6 and 1 are those numbers. And the factors are x plus 6 times x plus 1 equals 0. You're going to put them equal to 0 one by one. And the two answer you're going to get is x equals -6, comma, x equals -1. So in this case, you have two real solutions. So two real solution. And those solutions are x equals -6, x equals -1. Next, you're going to add x squared on both sides. And then the equation you're going to get from here is x squared plus 2x plus 5 equals 0. You're going to make a cross. And 5 goes on the top and 2 on the bottom. You're looking for two numbers. When you multiply, you get 5. And when you add, you get 2. The factors for 5 are 5 times 1 and 1 times 5. Either one you choose. If you choose 5 times 1, when you multiply, you get 5 for sure. But when you add or subtract, you cannot get 2. So it means that this is not our choice. And neither would the 1 times 5 give us the answer. When you multiply, you get 5. But when you add or subtract, you do not get 2. So it means this equation cannot be factorizable. It means that you're going to have no solution because we cannot factor the given equation.